My beloved child, a deep calling is reaching you in this very moment to announce that the season of merely enduring is coming to an end. While the time for you to step into your true purpose is beginning to unfold, you did not stop before these words without meaning, because for a long time there has been a gentle yet persistent urging within you, reminding you that your life cannot revolve only around responsibilities, wounds, and days spent struggling simply to get through. There is a fire that has never gone out, even though many times you believed it had been reduced to only a small spark. Today, I have come to remind you that the fire is still there, not to make you proud, but to lead you back to the most beautiful, courageous, and clear part of yourself. A transformation is beginning, not necessarily with loud sounds, but through old ways of thinking gradually losing their authority. Fears that once bound you becoming too weak to hold you back, and new doors beginning to appear where you once saw only a wall. I know you passed through valleys so long that at times you believed you would remain there for the rest of your life. You prayed in darkness, swallowed your tears so that no one would worry, and wondered whether the dreams you carried were too great for your present ability. There were nights when you looked at the lives of others and felt that you were standing still while everyone else continued moving forward. You could not understand why you had tried to live uprightly, remained patient, forgiven, and done what was good. Yet results came more slowly than you hoped. Those questions did not make you weak. They only revealed that you were tired after a journey so long that you had not yet seen its full meaning. God saw every step you took, including the smallest steps that no one considered important. He knew the moments when you wanted to give up but still rose, fulfilled your responsibilities, and kept bitterness from taking possession of your heart. Now stop thinking that the season of waiting was only an empty period. Many deep things were formed there. You learned who truly remained beside you when you had nothing left to give. You learned that a beautiful promise has less value than faithful action repeated over time. You understood that unlimited sacrifice cannot preserve a relationship that has lost respect. You also realized that your worth is not determined by a job, a person who leaves, or the approval of a crowd. These lessons were not glamorous, but they became your foundation. If abundance had arrived too early, while you were still easily controlled by praise and afraid of rejection, you might have lost what was entrusted to you. Therefore, the time behind you was not evidence that you had been forgotten. It was the process of making you stable enough for goodness to remain in your life for a long time. You have heard promises of prosperity, health, and restored relationships. But I want you to understand them maturely. Prosperity is not only money. It is also the ability to live without always being controlled by inner lack. It is the wisdom to use what you possess, save, work honestly, and refuse to purchase approval through impulsive decisions. Restored health does not mean denying the signals of your body, but knowing how to rest, seek appropriate care, and stop taking pride in working until you are exhausted. A healthy relationship is not someone appearing to fill every emptiness, but someone who respects boundaries, grows with you, and does not require you to lose yourself in order to be loved. These things are being prepared, but you must also become someone capable of recognizing and preserving them. Look at the life of Joseph, a man who was cast into darkness by those closest to him, taken to a foreign land, and forced to live for many years under circumstances he had not chosen. From the outside, it appeared to be the story of someone repeatedly robbed of opportunity. Yet, every season quietly taught him what he needed for the greater responsibility ahead. Where others saw delay, God was forming patience. Where others saw a prison, he was preparing someone capable of maintaining clarity amid authority and pressure. When the appointed time arrived, Joseph was not only brought out of adversity, he had become wise enough to protect many people from disaster. His story reminds you that true elevation does not merely change a position. It reveals the person formed during years when no one was watching. You have also experienced your own pits. Perhaps it was betrayal that caused you to lose trust, a job that made you feel disregarded, a plan that fell apart, or a season when you could no longer recognize yourself. But those places were never meant to become your home. They were stages that helped you distinguish between what you once wanted and what was truly right for you. Pain is not permitted to become your identity. The mistakes of the past are not the final verdict over your life. God can use the very place where you once fell as a source of wisdom, causing you to walk more carefully without becoming fearful, more gentle without becoming weak, and more compassionate while still protecting your dignity. The dreams you believed had died may only be resting beneath the soil of time. Think of a small seed buried in darkness. Someone without understanding may believe it has disappeared. But inside, the old shell is opening so that new life can form. The seed does not break through the soil through impatience. It quietly develops roots, receives water, and prepares for the moment when it will rise. You are the same. There are seasons when others cannot see your progress because the most important work is taking place where the natural eye cannot observe it. You are rebuilding trust, learning to forgive without returning to what is toxic, practicing the management of your emotions, and gradually believing that you can begin again. When the plant finally appears, others may think the change came suddenly, but only you and God will know how many silent days of perseverance were required to form those roots. However, do not sit waiting for the new season with idle hands. Readiness is not proven by a number, a comment, or an emotional moment. It is revealed through real choices in daily life. Complete what you have postponed. Correct a habit that is draining you. Learn what must be learned. And stop returning to places that repeatedly prove they cannot nourish your future. If you pray for financial freedom, begin by becoming honest about the way you spend. If you desire restored health, respect your need for rest and seek support when necessary. If you desire healthy relationships, stop treating control, jealousy, and repeated harm as evidence of love. Every wise choice is a stone placed upon the new road. I also want you to be careful with promises that make you believe everything will change overnight without a process. God can open a door very quickly, but the ability to walk through it and preserve what lies beyond is built over time. He does not give great things so that you can display them, retaliate, or prove that you are better than those who once looked down upon you. He entrusts resources so that you may build, influence so that you may strengthen others, and peace so that you may become a place where others find hope. When you are restored, remember the days when you were weary. When you have enough, remember the person who is lacking. When your voice is heard, Use it to defend what is right, rather than wound the vulnerable. This is how you keep blessing from becoming the throne of pride. My beloved child, your life is about to change first, because you are no longer the person you once were. You have begun looking at closed doors with discernment instead of despair, viewing delay as preparation rather than abandonment, and seeing yourself with compassion instead of condemnation. When the inner life changes, you make different decisions. When decisions change, the road also changes. Do not rush, but do not remain still because of fear. Walk with humility. Do the nearest thing you know is right, and trust that enough light will be given for each part of the road. I am beside you to remind you that you are not an unknown person in a vast world. You are known, loved, and entrusted with work no one else can perform in exactly your way. Yet being set apart does not place you above others. It gives you a responsibility to live more truthfully, compassionately, and purposefully. The former season taught you how to survive. The new season will teach you how to bloom. Allow what once caused pain to become nourishment for the new garden. Let the years that appeared lost produce wisdom, and let hope once buried rise in a more mature form. You are emerging from the dark soil, not to prove that you were never buried, but to reveal that light can still find its way through every depth. Rise, my beloved child, because the new beginning is no longer only something waiting ahead. It began when you decided to receive the future with a renewed heart. My beloved child, the renewal waiting for you cannot be received through faith, existing only in thought. It must become footsteps, choices, and concrete action. I am not telling you to see the entire road before moving, because some paths appear only after you place your first foot upon them. Mature faith does not require every question to be answered. It teaches you to walk even while some things remain unclear. Remember Moses standing before the sea, with danger behind him and a wall of water before him that seemed impossible to cross. He was not instructed to sit and wait for every obstacle to disappear on its own. He had to raise the staff in his hand and respond to the direction he had received. That action did not create the power, but it expressed agreement with the power already at work. In the same way, what I am waiting for from you today is not an outward ritual or a repeated number, but a real decision. Begin what you have delayed. Leave what is weakening you. Open your heart to the right opportunity, and take the small step you clearly know you need to take. Perhaps you believe your step is too small to create change, but do not despise what begins in silence. A phone call made at the proper time, an application submitted, a budget reorganized, a sincere apology, or one morning when you choose to rise earlier and build your future can become the beginning of a great journey. I do not require you to accomplish everything in one day. I want you to stop using uncertainty as a reason to remain motionless. When you act wisely, you prove that fear is no longer your commander. Every faithful step will widen your vision, helping you recognize resources, people, and solutions that were already near but were previously hidden by confusion. The provision I have for you is not meant merely to help you scrape through one day after another. I want to lead you out of the mindset that continually fears lack and teach you how to manage sufficiency with gratitude and responsibility. Yet true abundance is not measured only in money. It is also a mind no longer burdened by debts from the past. a body receiving proper care, a home filled with peace, relationships where you do not have to exchange dignity for belonging, and the ability to use your gifts to create something useful. When I expand your resources, I will also expand the wisdom you need to preserve them. You are not blessed to become controlled by possessions, but to become someone who knows how to use what you have to build, heal, and strengthen. Perhaps financial pressure once kept you awake, causing the future to appear dark whenever you looked at the numbers. I do not deny those practical difficulties, but I do not want them to continue defining you. Begin seeing money as a resource that needs management rather than as a power permitted to judge your worth. Learn restraint, planning, the payment of what must be paid, and the avoidance of promises of rapid gain that require you to compromise integrity. When you are faithful with small things, you build a foundation capable of holding something greater. Financial change sometimes comes through an unexpected opportunity, but it often also comes through developed skills, wise decisions, and the perseverance you practice every day. Your health must also be approached with both faith and responsibility. Do not merely pray for restoration while continuing to live according to a rhythm that depletes you. Rest when your body speaks. Seek appropriate care. Eat with balance. And respect limits you once ignored. I can work through extraordinary moments, but I also often work through understanding. Medicina, disciplina, and people equipped to help you. Healing does not always come in one instant. Sometimes it is the journey in which you relearn how to treat yourself gently. Every decision to care for your body is a declaration that you value the life entrusted to you. Relationships that caused you pain will also be placed into proper order. But you must be willing to face the truth. Some connections need restoration through humility and forgiveness. Some need healing through difficult but honest conversations. Other doors need to close because what is called love cannot continually trample dignity and peace. I do not promise that everyone will remain, but I will help you recognize who can continue with you into the new season. The right people will not require you to pretend, diminish yourself, or abandon goodness in order to be accepted. They will encourage your growth. Speak truth with kindness and refuse to exploit your vulnerable places. Remember Ruth, who left what was familiar after experiencing great loss. She did not know which field would become the place where her future opened, nor was she guaranteed that everything would become easy. She simply remained faithful to the choice before her, worked with her own hands, and preserved integrity during uncertainty. It was in an ordinary-looking field that care, opportunity, and a new legacy began. You are also drawing near to such a field. It may not look brilliant when you first see it. It may appear only as humble work, a new relationship, a small idea, or a responsibility you once considered insignificant. Do not underestimate a door because it does not yet resemble a palace. Many great journeys begin in ordinary places, and the wise person knows how to recognize a seed before it becomes a harvest. I am arranging connections that are right for you, but you must also step out of isolation. Learn how to listen, cooperate, and receive help without believing you are weak. Some people are being sent to teach you a skill, expand your vision, or remind you of an ability that has been neglected. Not every meeting will last for a lifetime. but each right person arriving at the right time may carry a key. Remain awake. Do not trust everyone too quickly. But do not close yourself to everyone merely because you were wounded before. Discernment helps you open your heart without losing wisdom. Love without losing boundaries. And cooperate without surrendering your voice. You were not created to remain forever in the place where fear laid you down. You have bowed for long enough before doubt, criticism, and failures that made you believe you could never go far. But what happened does not have authority to write the ending. The adversary tried to dim your light through shame, comparison, and despair. But every time you rose, that light became more enduring. You do not need to battle every word spoken against you. Allow maturity, faithfulness, and the fruit of an upright life to become your answer. When you enter your place, others will recognize the change, not through boasting, but through the way you have become calmer, wiser, and less easily pulled back into former cycles. The purpose I placed upon your life was never meant to end with your personal breakthrough. What you receive must become a flowing stream, not a closed reservoir. When your finances become stable, you may help a family carry less weight. When you are healed, your experience can bring hope to someone in pain. When you recover your voice, you can stand beside those who do not yet possess enough courage to defend themselves. When you build a steady life, you leave a different foundation for the generations after you than the one you inherited. Abundance is not given so that you can hoard it in fear, but so that you can use it with wisdom, generosity, and clear purpose. Therefore, rise, but do not rise in pride. Walk in authority, but do not use authority to dominate. Receive opportunity, but do not let success make you forget the days when you needed support. I am leading you into a wider place, but you must carry a gentle heart, compassion, and the memory that everything entrusted to you comes with responsibility. Today, do not seal your commitment through an outward sign. Seal it through concrete action. Do what you know is right, even if it is only the first step. The sea does not need to part before you raise the staff. Move in faith, and along the way, you will recognize openings that you could never have seen while standing still. What is moving toward you is not merely a temporary gift, but a broad and deep transformation that will reorder your finances, health, relationships, and direction according to a better pattern. My beloved child, I know you became so accustomed to merely surviving each day that when you hear of abundance, part of you still cannot believe it could belong to you. You learn to accept small portions, shrink your dreams to avoid disappointment, and prepare constantly for the worst. But the season you are entering is not merely teaching you to endure more effectively. It is teaching you how to live openly, peacefully, and purposefully. I do not want you to remain forever at the shore counting a few drops while a new stream is opening. What I am preparing is not only enough to fill what is lacking in you, but enough for you to become a source of support to those who are dry around you. This provision will not always appear as a loud miracle. Sometimes it comes through an idea you once dismissed, a work opportunity requiring you to leave the familiar, a skill that needs development, or the right person appearing when you need guidance. I can open resources, but you must prepare your ability to receive and manage them. Sustainable abundance is measured not only by the amount of money you possess, but also by the peace with which you use it. Freedom from fear of lack. And the ability to share without exhausting yourself. Therefore, begin organizing what is already in your hands. Look honestly at your finances. Correct unwise habits. Learn to plan. And work with integrity. When you value small things, greater things will not overwhelm you. In your health, I am calling you back to care instead of continuing to force yourself beyond every limit. Many times, you treated your body like a tool required to function regardless of exhaustion, then felt guilty when you needed rest. But restoration cannot grow in a life that is always being driven. Allow yourself sufficient sleep, nourishing food, appropriate movement, and help when an unusual symptom continues. I do not ask you to deny reality in order to prove faith. Healing may come through a special moment, but it may also be built day by day through ordinary and consistent choices. Each time you respect your limits, listen to inner signals, and stop calling exhaustion devotion. You cooperate with restoration. Your relationships are also being placed in proper order. Some people entered your life to teach a lesson, but were not intended to complete the journey with you. Some connections that became damaged can be healed through honesty, real change, and humility from both sides. Yet other doors must close peacefully, because returning to the same pattern of pain is not reconciliation. I am drawing near people who respect your growth, who do not compete with your light, and who do not require you to make yourself smaller so that they feel secure. Open your heart, but remain discerning. Do not give someone access to your deepest places simply because they speak pleasant words. Allow time, consistency, and the fruit of their way of living to show you who truly belongs. But understand that this transformation is not intended only for your personal comfort. When I lift you, I also place within you responsibility to lift others. Your life will become a lamp for those standing where you once stood. The way you pass through lack without abandoning integrity will give hope to someone in despair. The way you recover from pain without becoming cold will show others that the past does not need to become a prison. The way you manage what you have will teach those who come after you that abundance is not for display, but for creating, protecting, and sharing. What flows toward you is meant to continue flowing through you, not so that you become anyone's savior, but so that you become a faithful steward of the love, wisdom, and resources entrusted to you. Remember Esther, who was not placed in a position of influence merely to live comfortably within a palace. She was prepared for a moment when her voice could protect many people. Before that moment, the years of her life may have appeared like a series of unrelated events. But when every piece came together, the purpose behind them became clear. The same is true for you. Many things from the past that once confused you will eventually be seen through a different meaning. The times you had to learn to stand alone prepared you to speak when the crowd remained silent. The times you were judged incorrectly taught you not to judge too quickly. Seasons of lack helped you understand the value of provision and will prevent you from forgetting those in need when you are raised. Doubt may appear as you approach the turning point. It will say that what lies ahead is too great, that you are unprepared, or that former failures have disqualified you. But, my beloved child, I do not wait for you to become perfect before beginning to use the goodness within you. I need only your willingness to learn. correct yourself, and continue. Mistakes that have been acknowledged no longer need to remain a sentence. They can become wisdom that helps you avoid repeating the former road. Fear does not prove that you are moving in the wrong direction. Sometimes it only reveals that you are leaving a familiar limitation. Listen to wisdom and prepare carefully. But do not allow fear to disguise itself as caution and keep you forever in a place that has become too small. Think of Daniel in the place of danger, when everything around him seemed designed to destroy his peace and faithfulness. He did not need to become aggressive in order to stand firm. His strength was found in stability, in refusing to allow circumstances to push him away from what was right. You are also learning this kind of strength. Not every word spoken against you needs an answer. Not every obstacle requires you to fight with anger. Sometimes your victory is preserving your heart from poison, continuing to do what is right, and allowing truth to reveal itself over time. What others think has no authority to rewrite your value, and fear has no authority to determine how far you will go. You do not need to write a number or perform an action to prove that you are ready. Heaven does not measure your faith by a comment upon a screen. The truest sign is found in the way you live after hearing this reminder. Choose one concrete action. Complete the application you delayed. Reorganize your budget. Schedule the care your health needs. Begin a necessary conversation. Or close the door that continually steals your peace. Faith becomes power when it has feet. You do not need to make a loud sound. You need only continue walking steadily in what is right, even when no one sees or applauds. My beloved child, this moment is where many quiet prayers, faithful seeds, and difficult lessons are beginning to meet. You do not enter the new season empty-handed. You carry experience, compassion, discernment, and strength refined through days when continuing seemed impossible. The seasons of fire did not destroy you. They removed many things that could not accompany you into the next part of the journey. You learned how to stand without needing everyone to understand, how to do what is right without always receiving immediate results, and how to continue loving while still protecting your peace. Therefore, enter this season of transition with gratitude and awareness. Do not merely desire to receive more. Prepare to become wiser. Do not only ask for a door to open. Become mature enough to recognize which door you should enter. Do not merely ask for life to change. Allow your thoughts, habits, and choices to be renewed. I am not leading you into a new chapter while leaving you to live through old patterns. I am forming a different life within you, one in which you are no longer controlled by lack, no longer cling to relationships that cause harm, and no longer doubt your worth whenever you meet an obstacle. What is coming will not only bring relief, it will bring maturity. You will not only have more resources, but a greater ability to use them rightly. You will not only be healed from former things, but become a safe place where others can find hope. Lift your head, but preserve a humble heart. Open your hands to receive, but do not forget to share. Walk courageously, but continue listening to wisdom. I prepared you through every tear, every season of waiting, and every faithful decision. Now you are not only ready to receive a blessing, you are becoming someone through whom many good things can continue to spread.